Rachel. I want to share that great story. And some of the scars on my arm afterwards. So as Rachel said, good afternoon everyone. My name is Kelli Blackman. And as Rachel said again, I am going to share my experience at PTDC with you guys. Also, it's just like at a good level. Okay, cool. So, if y'all would appease me just for a moment, I would like to take y'all back about 4 years to the spring 2018. I'm finishing out my sophomore year at Howard University. Like most college students, I was on the hunt for a summer job. Before I started my job search, I took the time to think about what was important to me in that job, and I came up with 3 things. I wanted to work with kids, I wanted to be surrounded by other students, and I wanted to work at a faith-based organization. What did you know? As I'm looking on LinkedIn, not even 48 hours later, I see a listing for a summer internship with a little place called Project Transformation DC. What really drew me to them, really drew me to them, were their 3 C's: children, college students, and churches. I was so excited that I applied that night, and within 2 weeks, I was accepted. Fast forward to the beginning of the summer, and little did I know that this was going to be the start of one of the most transformative summers to date. There's so many aspects about that summer that I could talk about and rant and rave about, but I don't want to talk y'all's heads off. And for the sake of time and for the fact that it's a little windy out here, I'm going to give y'all 2 things, 2 unique aspects of PT that had a lasting effect on me. The first was the emphasis on community. Oftentimes, when organizations are in a community that they are not necessarily a part of, the services that they provide to that community can feel like a handout. I think Rachel did a great job of making sure that as interns, we did not adopt that handout attitude, and instead helped us to see ourselves as working alongside of the community. Creating such an atmosphere, however, was not going to happen passively, and rather it required intentionality on all of our parts. This intentionality looked like attending service at our host churches on Sunday, having community dinners at least 4 nights a week, and having family fun nights for our students and their parents. The Sunday services were particularly valuable to me because I grew up in a traditional church, and being in this atmosphere really made me feel like I was back home talking to some of my great aunts and uncles. It was also special because this was a part of the community that we otherwise would not have had the opportunity to engage with. They were allowing us to use their church, so I think it was very important that we got to meet them and they got to meet us. Getting to hear these stories, the stories of the church itself and how it changed over the years, and getting to hear the stories of the church members themselves and the community as a whole, and how the church has been able to stay a constant in an ever-changing community was something that I truly value so much, and it has such an impact on me. And I don't think that we wouldn't have been able to receive such treasures if we had not attended these services and stayed afterward for fellowship. The second aspect of the summer that was transformative for me were Friday experiences. These Friday experiences, took place on a Friday, and they were an opportunity for us as interns to gain exposure professionally. During these experiences, we got the chance to go around the district and learn about different organizations who were serving their community. These Friday experiences were so impactful and helped me see that there are multiple ways that you can be in ministry without necessarily working for a church. These Friday experiences also helped me solidify my decision to work in the nonprofit sector. This was something that I was considering before the summer, but I did not necessarily have a name or a fleshed out idea of what it was I truly wanted to be. I also had a hesitation about working in the nonprofit sector because I thought it would limit the amount of human interaction I would have, and that is something that I truly crave and want and desire in a career. These experiences, though, showed me that while some people in the non-sector profit do have a limited interaction with the folks they serve, a lot of them work one-on-one with the community, which was so encouraging to me. This summer definitely challenged me to step outside of my comfort zone, but I'm so glad I took that challenge because the rewards were so worth it. I remember Rachel saying on our first day of the summer that the summer will be what you make of it. What you put into it is what you'll get out. And true words were not spoken about that summer. Myself, along with my fellow interns, our house pastors, the program director at the time, and Rachel herself, we all put all of ourselves into that summer, and the rewards were so much higher than I'm sure any of us could have thought we would have had. It's a summer I will never forget, and I hope that as PT enters their 5th year, this year's interns are able to be impacted and are able to impact the community the way that I was. Thank you.